everybody, this is Alyssa from Arts and Crafts. My chips are blocking my washi tape. And today we are here for the next iteration of my hoard haul videos, whatever, stash, however you want to call them. I call it all my hoard because everything's got shinies on it. So it's a hoard. And I've been calling it that way for forever practically. Well, really like the last year and a half. I've only been diamond painting for 2 years. But anyways, since this is my basically my 2-year anniversary of diamond painting and my 2-year anniversary of having a YouTube channel, I am doing my stash videos for you guys this month. So we already saw last week, we saw my putty and wax hoard. And today we're going to take a look at my washi tape. I'm staring right at it and I'm like, what is it called? My washi tape hoard. So I was adamant when I started that all of my washi tape would fit in one container. And I think the first one, this one right here, I bought off of like Michael's, this washi tape container. But the second one that I have, because I outgrew this one, the second one that I have, I actually got off of Amazon. And these work fantastic. I know there's a glare on it right now, but they have 3 shelves. And in each of the 3 drawers, and inside each drawer you've got like 3 rows, so it keeps the washies divided up. And as you can see, this first one is full, and then we have the second one, and our second one is not full. So I'll give you a quick sneak of that. So as you can see, we've got our first shelf mostly full, second shelf mostly full, and then I just have like a couple washies on the bottom shelf. These are not organized. I literally just threw them in here because I picked up the second one off of Amazon and I just could not, and the only difference is this has round knobs and this one has square knobs. But I did not want my washies floating around and in like 20 different places, so I did go ahead and organize these. So I'm going to go over the washies. Some of the washi tapes I can remember where I got them from, but there's other ones that I don't remember off the top of my head, but I have a couple of like my favorite go-to spots. So I'm going to put these back and we're going to pull out the drawers. So hence the rattle. So I'm going to preface, let me pull out my iPad. I'm going to preface, I have to pull up my washi. I'm going to pull it up on Etsy and tell you guys exactly where most of my washi tapes come from. So I have a lot of washi tapes from, I have a lot of washi tapes from Simply Gilded. That's a very common place to get my washies. I'll go over which ones are Simply Gilded. I have a lot from Simply Gilded, and then I also have a lot from Amanda Michelle Designs. And then I also have, let me see if I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't. So you're getting the real time, all the things. And then I also have, let me look at my shops that are my favorite shops. So Amanda Michelle Designs, who is now moving back to Etsy. Some of them are for random locations, like random small shops that I found on Etsy that had a washi tape that I liked. It's very, very like back and forth. Let me see. There is one of these that I need to look for. Let me go to, I'm looking at my favorites on Etsy to see, because one of them is Waterbug's Garden. I knew that was the name of the other one. So Waterbug's Garden is my other favorite. So the majority of my washi tape comes from Simply Gilded, Amanda Michelle Designs, or Waterbug's Garden. That's where I get the majority of my washies. And then there's a handful of other washis that I've gotten directly from like smaller shops here and there. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. But that's kind of like the bulk of the places that I got things from. And I'll try to remember to link all of those shops down below, because I can go through my Etsy and pull out the small shops that are not, you know, the first 3 that I named off. So we're going to go through, we're going to pull them out. We're actually going to pull out this tray over here, because this is going to be, the majority of it is going to be from like Simply Gilded. So we're going to pull like these ones out, and I'm going to kind of try to organize these a little bit while we're doing it. That's the easiest thing for me to do, a little bit of organization while we work. So we're going to pull out 4 trays, because I think that's really, I should really pull out the 5th tray as well. And here is our 5th tray right here. So we're going to pull those out, and we're going to start taking a look at all of these washies and see where they all are from. So we'll start over here. So this one has these washies in the back. These are miscellaneous washies that I got as a gift from a friend. And I think these ones are, they're just off of I think a random Etsy or Temu or something like that. They were a pack. They're like Asian themed ones. As you can see here, we've got these lovely designs, some fat washies. fat washi, which I'll use on like special paintings. And then you have like these cool designs here, the thinner washies. I don't usually use a lot of like the super thin washi. I do love the gold foil on this washi here. Here's another one with like that Asian pictures. You got the temples and everything right there. So those are those ones. And these ones I believe are some I just recently did an order from Waterbug's Garden. And from Waterbug's Garden has a lot of like the really Asian inspired washis that I really like. So we're gonna go to their shop and let's see. I think there's, I want to say, there we go. Yeah, so some of these are from Waterbug's Garden, and then some of them, like I said, are from Amanda Michelle Designs. I have to look back through. I can't tell off the top of my head where I purchased some of them from, but I like things that have like the gold foiling in there. That's something that I do really enjoy. Here is going to be more of the like the more basic washies. So these ones are going to go right in there. Same thing with this one here. This was a freebie. It was just like a thank you for supporting my small business, and it says Happy New Year on it, I believe. So that'll be like miscellaneous ones. I love the design on this one right here. And I think, well, actually, I think I got some of these. Let me look back over on Amanda Michelle's website. She's in the process of switching back over to Etsy. She had her own like Shopify shop, but she's actually working on transitioning back over to Etsy. And I think I got, let's see, some of the washies. Oh yes, okay. So I think so. Yes, some of these solid pattern ones. These are Amanda Michelle Designs right here. That's where I got a lot of these ones that are still wrapped. Were Amanda Michelle Designs. This one and some of the other ones like this. I think I got them. So there's some of the ones that are over in. Like, let's see, what tray are they in? Over here. So these ones and these ones I got from a place in Kauai, a Hawaiian shop. Yeah, Color Oasis, which is in Kauai. So that's where I got a lot of those patterns from, and this one I believe as well from that same area. Unsure on this one is probably an Amanda Michelle Designs. I love the solids of these like pastel-y solids. These ones are all from Amanda Michelle Designs. I absolutely love these colors, and it's from the brand MT, and I love MT has some really, like, I love how this sticks, and I just love this kind of like matte look of these washi tapes. I think they're beautiful. And then we come into some of these ones. These are also from Amanda Michelle Designs. I haven't even opened them yet, but I like that she offers a lot of like ones that give me an Asian feel or an Asian vibe. And you can see this is another brand that I really like. And I love the designs on these. So there's another kimono. And I love the designs that you find on them. And then I like simple patterns. So like this with the waves is a lovely simple pattern. And that's something that I do love those. And you can see very similar. Here's another one of the simple patterns. I don't usually go for like, if I go for something that's busy, it's usually because it's got like flowers of some type on it. But it's still very like Asian inspired. So like these are, you've got lanterns. This is basically, you've got lanterns. It's like all sorts of cute ones with all of that one there. This one I've actually used. This one I used on a Asian looking painting. I can't remember which one I used it on, but I like this and the look of it because you've got like that. Again, most of my paintings have like that Asian flair to them, so I go with these. Like these are like the braided ropes. Those are just like peaches for longevity, and then of course we have some cherry blossoms. So most of this tray, all of these are the ones that are like the Amazon basic ones that I got as a gift. These ones are all, and the rest of this tray are from Amanda Michelle Designs. And I love, some of them are ones that I've purchased before. Like I've had this one before, but I loved it so much I had to purchase it again. And then like I love the lavenders of that one. It's very pretty. And then we have the last couple in this tray, which you've got some, it looks like a chrysanthemum. And then here, this one is like a mountain pattern. So those are the ones that are in this tray. And as you can see, I love those patterns. And like if they're not a floral, they're going to be a simple pattern. Now we're going to look at this tray right here, which is mostly going to be from Simply Gilded. So this whole first row right here that you see, this is probably my favorite pattern or design to get from Simply Gilded, as you can see by the fact that I have it in almost every color that they offer, are these ones where you have the, let me pull out the black that doesn't have any tape on it or any plastic on it. So you can see here, you have the solid color, and then you've got like the rainbow glitter on the one edge, and it fades out. So I love the look of that, and I have that both in the fat and the skinny. I'll use the skinny on smaller paintings like the snack size paintings, and then the fat is what I use on like my major paintings. Like I actually just opened this roll today and used it to tape the borders of my Witchy Stitcher cross stitch conversion that I'm doing, the massive one that's like 4 feet by 4.5 feet, almost 5 feet. And you can see it didn't even use the entire roll. So you get a good amount out of these Simply Gilded ones. It didn't even use that entire roll for that massive painting. And it worked fantastic. So that's where all of this pattern are from, is, like I said, is from Simply Gilded. And I have, you can see ones where I've run out of one color in like the larger size kind of a thing. So now I just have the smaller size. But I absolutely love these patterns here. And I have them in pretty much every colorway you can imagine. I'm going to pull some of these out because I want to put all of that style in the same tray. So you can see here, we've got more of it down in this tray. These are some of my older ones. I love that green and blue one. And then the pastel pinks and whatnot. They're all lovely colors. As you can see, there's, I have like everything you could imagine in this style. Just because I love it so much. So here's some more of like the thinner ones. And as you can see, I've used a lot of those. Here is another one right there. And we're going to pull these out as well so we can continue just kind of organizing these a little bit as I work. Because I want to have, like I said, all of this style in one tray. And then from there, I can work on organizing them a little bit better. So you can see we've got lovely purple. That's the only thing is like getting them in their trays. But look at those purples. I love these. So that's a big portion of my my washies are these Starburst, whatever. I can't remember what Simply Gilded calls them, but I have them in so many different colors. Some of them I've purchased multiple times. I've used one of the color and I have a bunch of the others in there. So you can see here, we've got a lot. Those ones are some of them that haven't even been opened yet. And then we've got here, here, and here. So these are all ones that with this style. It's going to bother me that these are not like facing all the same direction, but I don't feel like changing it right now for the sake of time. But let's see if there's anything else of this pattern or if that's all of them. So as you can see, there's a lot of this style with that glittery. So basically any color canvas, you could, any kind of like color themed canvas you could imagine, I've probably got this style of washi tape for, because I've pretty much purchased everything that they have in this style of washi. And yes, so there we go. We just filled up an entire tray with this style of washi, and I don't think I have any more. We'll have to look through and see where does that one wants to fit right there. Let me eyeball and see. Nope, not seeing any more of those. So now we have, this tray is done and we can put it away, but look at all of those beautiful Simply Gilded washies in that style. This is going to go over here because that is the container goes in. So we have one down. And then we also have, as we look at it, there's, these ones are, like some of them, you can see this is the company Odd Loop. And these are ones that I got specifically for some of my Allura Powtrack canvases, because they'll work, because it's kind of like they've got the telephone poles. I think these are also some Simply Gilded ones. I liked that pattern there. The nice thing is the Simply Gilded says Simply Gilded on the inside, so you can tell. So those are Simply Gilded. These ones are not. These are going to be ones that I got from other places. So like this would be an Amanda Michelle Designs. And then I have some of my other patterns that are from Waterbugs Garden. For those, let's see. These ones here are from another small Etsy shop. And you can see the patterns that they had. It's a little bit of a fatter washi, but we have Koi with the Flow. We have this like foxy thing. We have a pile of cats. I love that one. That one's so cute. And these ones are slightly fatter. They're not the normal 10 millimeter. And then we have Dance Dance. This was a Zelda one. So I got that because I have a couple Zelda canvases. And then even know we have some Totoro. So I have to have Totoro washi tape. And this, so some of these, like this is from A Hint of Oolong is the name of the shop from that. And then these ones, I think I got them from the shop that I picked up my binder that I keep my Treasure Quest cards in. That's where I got these from. And same thing with this one right here, Cosmo Cat. I think I got all of those slightly larger washies from that same shop. And I can't think of the name of the shop off the top of my head. This one is a freebie from Jade, from Jade Gem Shop. And then we have, so we're going to put all of my themed type stuff ones. These are going to be Simply Gilded right here. Hi, Momo. I love this. I think this is like a Waterbugs Garden. Same thing with some of like these other Asian-y looking ones. Here is some of my random one-offs for small shops. These florals here, which was gonna go there. And we'll just put that there because it's florally pattern. And we're gonna just pop those right in there for those designs. This is a freebie, like I said, from Jaded Gem Shop. This is also, actually, I should put these ones over with these ones here because they match. So I love this mast as well. It's a really nice one. So that there's MT, and then this is another company mast, which has some great solid colors. It's a smaller tube, but there's still a lot of washi on it. I've done a couple different paintings with the black right there, and as you can see, I still have some of the roll to go. So we're gonna move this in the same place as this. We'll pull these ones over. Let's see how much fits in there. So obviously that's a color that I like. So I'm gonna put that there, and we're gonna go ahead and pull one of these over. Just that way I can put both of the blacks together right there for those ones. So that way the solids are, I'm not gonna do a full organization of everything right now, but I am gonna at least start the process on some of it. These ones here are all Simply Gilded washies that I've gotten with, I think they were having like a warehouse clear out sale. So like beachy themed, here's some boba. These are some mandala ones, mermaid tails, more mandala style for those. Mandala right here. These are all Simply Gilded washies. Here's another one with more of the bobas. I loved the boba, so I got two different colors for the boba. Right there, mandala, mandala, mandala. There's my Color Oasis ones right there. This is going to be, freebies can go right there. Here's a couple of the mandala patterns, which I should probably put them all together at least for that similar style. So we're gonna do that. So here's more mandalas. Mandalas. These are gonna be considered mandalas right here. And more, oh, there's another boat. This one I'll put with the mandalas. Alright, that's the last of the mandala-esque ones right there, which is perfect because it fits an entire row. And now we have these Color Oasis right here. This is another Simply Gilded random one. And now we have just like random washies that I'm going to kind of put, not necessarily in any rhyme or rhythm. This back portion of the tray, I have some washies that I got from Lexi Sparkle Craft when she was selling some washies. So I have a couple of them that are from her, which I think was like these three right here. I think I got from Lexi Sparkle Craft. So they donut your unicorns, regular unicorns, little cats. And then these three are actually from, these are smallandround.com, which is Jeremiah Kettner. These are his website. So as you can see, what are you doing, Mochi? You're going to knock things over. So super cute. As you can see, I like those washies. Mochi, you're knocking things over in your process. Silly cat. So that's those ones. Here are, this one is, I think, from Sparkle Queen Creations. And then we have a couple more Simply Gildeds right here. Those are both from Simply Gilded. I love that beachy one right there. Those are Simply Gilded. This is another random Amazon one right here, which I'll move over to the other tray because I have more Amazon-y ones there. And then this beautiful pattern. I absolutely love this one. I think it is stunning. This is what it is. This one is one that I got, I think, from Waterbugs Garden. Or Amanda Michelle Designs. Again, I don't remember and I don't pay attention usually to where I get a lot of the washies from. Here is some more Simply Gilded ones with like the boba, different colors of boba buckets. I loved that one with the wave right there. I thought that would be a beautiful one to do. And then this one, it looks kind of blurry. I'd have to look and see if it's see-through-ish or what the deal is with it, because you can see it almost has like a blurry picture to it. But it could be because the washi is a little bit more see-through, but that one's got like birds on it or something to that effect. So we're going to pop those in there. And then we'll come over to, so we've looked at this tray, which for the sake of purposes, I'm going to go ahead and take care of it. And then we've looked at this tray now, so we're going to take care of that one. And then as we come over here, in this tray, you can see all the washis we have right here. Some of them are from Simply Gilded, which you'll see here is some of their like newer releases, which were kind of like the New Year style. I love that one. Simple Flowers. Put that there. I bought 2 rolls of this one with the temples because I loved it, because you know there's Mount Fuji and the temples in that one. So I loved that washi, so I got a couple different rolls of it, and I just threw one of them on the floor. And then we've got rainbows, more like flowers. We've got rainbows. These two, or well, oh, I missed one. I knew I was missing something. So here's another one of my stripies. So we're gonna put that towards like the front of something so I can use it. So there's that one. And then I love this pattern. I've used it on a couple paintings and I've bought it multiple times, but it's such a stunning washi tape. These sushi cats I thought were epic, so I had to have the sushi cats. There's another Simply Gilded with cranes on it. So those are some fun washis right there. We're gonna put those right here in the front. We already did the bobas. I don't think I went over these 3. So these ones are also from Odd Loop. Like I said, Odd Loop had some really cool washis. So this was a pattern that I got, which is like a city scene, which I'm going to use for my Elora Poutrot canvases. Same thing, like that's an Elora Poutrot canvas that I'm going to use it for. There's some Totoro. So I love, which I think we saw down in the other area. But those are some of the Odd Loops. And I love the look of the Odd Loop canvases. Or the Odd Loop washis. They're super fun. Here we have another, like a lotus flower from Simply Gilded. I'm going to move these around. These ones, I believe, are some of those, cheaper Amazon ones where you get like a big set of things, and you end up with multiples actually, except for this one here. But like these 2 are, because they're both thin rolls, so you don't get much on the roll. This is one of my Lunar New Year, washis that I used on a New Year canvas. For the Lunar New Year, here we have some other cool ones with some florals, beachy one, more of the flowers. I've got a number of those ones. And then the Sakura. As you can see, I like my Sakura ones. Those are always a win for me. And we're going to put, these go in the back. So these are a couple more of the Amazon ones. I'll go over those more in depth in a minute, because I'm trying to organize things just a tad bit, just a wee tad bit. All right, so that way all of those can be in place, and then we can go from here. So on this front one, these are some cool ones I think I got from Waterbug's Garden, with this particular brand right here. This one is super cool. I love the look of this washi, so I bought it twice. Here, just some standard beautiful flowers. Then this was a Simply Gilded washi that was Lunar New Year inspired, so I used that on, I think I used that on one of my dragon canvases. Then we have this one, which is like an airport, Palm Springs. And then this is from Diamond Delights. It's like a glitter washi, which I think is going to be just like changes color gradation, I believe, for that one. Then we roll into these ones here. I mean, Suit Sprites. This is, again, Odd Loop has some awesome Ghibli washi tapes. So there's Suit Sprites. I liked this one with the goldfish on it. More cherry blossoms, another roll of that. We have this tan colored one, and then a simple patterned one there. So those are all beautiful washis that I have. And then we have some of my fatter washis. Again, these are going to be a combination of locations, but look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. That's so stunning. And then this one I used on one of my other canvases, but it's basically an Asian landscape, and it's that brand Mast that I really like. Of course, I have to have some Pink Flamingo washi. So here is some Pink Flamingo washi, same brand Mast, which is a really nice washi. So I'm saving that for Pink Flamingo canvas. And here, like I said, is that beautiful black and pink washi that I'm in love with right there. There's our Lotus. So we've got a lot of washies in here. We're going to go ahead and start moving some of these ones over here. These two, I think I showed these, but these are like Asian Landscapes from Simply Gilded, which I bought two of it because I loved it so much. We already looked at these ones, but there's another one of those Asian Landscapes right there. And then we looked at those two already. And then some just simple florals. And then as we come into some of these other ones, I think, I went over those already. So really, we've already looked at this one, minus the handful of things right through there. I'm going to go ahead and pop these over. Well, or I'll pop those two over. So now we have a full tray right here of washi. And now our final tray of washi, this is going to be the last of them. We looked at these ones already, but these are the last of my nice branded ones. And then we have these ones in here are going to be all of my like Amazon-y type ones. Those ones where I'm like, they're not necessarily as high of quality. That's what we see here. I'm going to move this over here to help cut down on the washi rolling around. And then this one was like a freebie that I got in a kit. It's got like little oranges or clementines. I'm actually saving this roll for doing the canvas clementine from Pixie Sticks. That's what I'm saving that roll for. And then I have just like, if you just need washi for like one-off things like that, that's what I use these washis right here for in the back. Those little small freebies from DP with Sparklers, and then also from Jada Gem Shop. The solid colors tend to be some from Jada Gem Shop, but these ones are like those little freebie rolls. And this is like with my canvas or my lamp, my filming arm, I have to kind of hold it at an angle, and I have to washi tape it in place so the weight of my phone doesn't swing it. So I use some of these types of things, washi tape, for that. Or if you just need some one-off little washi but you don't want it for anything fancy, I'll use these thin rolls of just the plain Jane freebie style for that. I used to use these for holding my pens in place, but now that I've changed up how I do my pens, I don't do that anymore. So I don't need to use that stuff anymore. And we're gonna do that right there to hold those in place. So that is my washi hoard. Now we've seen all of my washi. I usually have them tiered, one container on top of the other. So I'll have, and oh, let me move my chips out of your box so you can fit in your box, Momo. Here you go, Momo. So that's how I store the washi. A little bit pretty straightforward. I will sit one of the tier or one of the containers on top of the other. But like I said, I find these containers to be super, super helpful for managing the washi, but then being able to see what washi you have so you know that you're not getting out of control. I originally was trying to keep all my washi to just one of these towers. That was my original goal, was all of the washi has to fit in one tower, nothing more than that. And then, you know, the longer you do this, the more you accumulate. So last year, I think I was able to fit, at this time for this video, I was able to fit all the washi in this one container. And I was doing really well until, you know, there was a really good sale for Amanda Michelle Designs had a really good sale going on. And she's got some awesome washis. I like her quality of washi. And then there was like the warehouse clear out sale from Simply Gilded, which is where I got a lot of like the random ones, because it was up to like 70% off some of these washis, which is like, man, that's like super cheap. So I got a bunch more from there. And that's what you see a lot of this washi tape wise from for like these patterns and those simplicities. So that's where I got a lot of them from when there was a good sale. But now I'm solid on washi, and I have washi for pretty much any kind of canvas that I do. But I'm the person that I use washi to do my sections, and I also use washi to do around the edge of the canvas. So like I just finished doing you're going to get it jiggled a little bit as I lift up the camera arm. So I just finished taping off my Witchy Stitcher canvas. Let me see if you can actually see that. Yes, so you can see I used the black washi right there around the border where the adhesive is. And that's what I do to hold everything in place, make sure it's sturdy and not going anywhere. So yes, so that's what I use to hold everything in place, make sure nothing's going anywhere. For the canvas is that the washi around the border for that, and yeah, And then I'll also do sections over the plastic, my large sections with the washi tape. And then what I also do, I actually save my strip of washi from each canvas. I do a strip of washi from each canvas that I'll put down in my logbook with the canvas. That's something that I've started when I started this logbook right here. This is my second version of the logbook. So I'll put a strip of washi. These are my two whips that I have going, Sake Dragon, which uses this washi right here. So I saved a piece of washi on the release paper so that way I can put it in the book with that. And then I also have, my other whip is Bahama Mama, which I'm using this washi for Bahama Mama. So you can see when I do my canvases, it'll be the canvas and then it'll show the washi that I used for that canvas. Canvas washi right there. This is one that I used, one of my favorite washis. That was such a fun washi I used for that little guy. I used the cherry blossoms for Totoro because I thought that was absolutely perfect because, I mean, look, you've got cherry blossoms right there in the image. And you'll see I try to color match the washi to the canvas. So browns for Hagrid. And then some of them, like Super Dragon, I don't know that I actually still had the washi for Super Dragon. And I don't know that I remember what washi I used for this one. So some of them I'm really good about remembering, and others I'm like, I don't remember, or I didn't pay attention and I didn't save it. But I've been trying to get in the habit of doing that. So you can see there's the washi I used for that one. I don't do it on the minis. Those were the Corgi dough lights, so I just put the Corgi stickers in there. And the minis, like these, I did not use any washi tape because the canvases were so small. This one I definitely used the washi tape on for I See the Light. Here is my Night of the Forest Dragon stitch along. There's one that I used the Monstera leaves because I thought that was perfect for Virgo. Knife Geese I use this brown for, and then the last one that I've done so far is Aurora the Unicorn, and you can see I have that beautiful one of my favorite style of washis right in there. So that's basically how I use my washi, as well as the washis that I have in my washi hoard. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this, yeah, so you can take pleasure in seeing how I store my washi and what the washi hoard looks like. So lots of pretty colors. These are some of my favorites, as well as the big tray of the gradation ones that I've already talked about. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. I will probably do trays. Yeah, I'll do trays next. And after trays, it'll go to pens, because I'm going to have to research and figure out where I bought a lot of those pens from. So pens will be after that, and then the last video that you guys will get will be my actual canvas hoard haul, which I have already filmed. It's just going to take a lot of editing, so that gives me time to work on editing it. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye!